That is a nice fish.
The redfish could be considered the ultimate saltwater game fish. First, it's availability, and then second, you can catch them on basically anything from flies to surface lures to jigs, bait, artificial.
Oh, I got him, Oh, that was incredible. Did you see that?
And then they occupy so many different types of structure.
That is a big redfish.
Whoa, look at all the spots on him too.
Yeah, bring him in here. Let me have him.
Oh, yeah! Come on. Oh, he ate it. Nice, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought you said you had to...
Got him, relax.
Oh, dude, he just ripped my boat off. Oh, awesome. Look at that big boy. Woo!
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
We've got a lot of different fish down here, you know, just to live down here, we've got the ability to go fish offshore, inshore, you know, just so many different species. One of the things that I really enjoy, and we've done it not just in Florida, but Louisiana, other places, Texas, is redfish.
Yeah, well, it could be argued that the redfish is the ultimate inshore saltwater fish. The argument is that it's available to more people, right? It's like the largemouth bass of saltwater. Because, you know, bonefish, great fish. Permit, awesome fish. Tarpon, fantastic. But, I mean, we fished redfish on almost the Mexican border in Texas, all the way around. Then you've got the hot spot of Louisiana. I mean, redfish epicenter. And then everywhere in Florida,
Every inch of
all
Florida.
the way up as far north as you want to go. I mean, North Carolina, I think that's where some of the biggest ones have ever been caught.
Yes, absolutely. World records out at Cape Hatteras. And then I know guys are catching up in Maryland.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much a massive part of the population has access to a redfish within a couple hours of their house.
And over the years, we've caught redfish in so many different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, deep water, shallow water, fly fishing, just
In a lot of different ways, and target them with different tackle, with a jerk bait or a live shrimp, you know, 10 or 20 pound braid on a 7-foot rod, kind of medium action rod, and just a short leader with a hook. You put a live shrimp on there, or like a gulp or a jig head, anything, and you throw in there, and man, the redfish, one of the things about the redfish is that they are eaters. I mean, they are out there eating. I mean, you would not want to be in the way of a big school of redfish. And if you can get out there in front of them, you're probably gonna get bit.
One came out and stuck his head out.
There he
of
is,
the water.
get a double. Yeah, man. Get a double. They're coming right at us.
Keep your rod down.
There's a whole bunch of them. That was awesome. See that school coming from a ways away. That was awesome. That was a bunch of fish. That wasn't 4 or 5, was it?
Well, there were so many that stuck around the end.
I think there were some larger ones and some small ones.
Oh, they're still right there. We're gonna get another shot at them.
You know, there's different situations that we've been in. Sometimes we get there, you know, and you're seeing single fish here and there, they're tailing, they're working. But at that point, sometimes they're very spooky, and we got to push, pull up on them, super quiet. You know, throw something that's weightless, either a big gulp shrimp,
Right.
a jerk bait, something that has enough weight to cast a long ways. And that's where really the distance from the boat, being able to see the fish, get close to them, watch them tail, make that long cast, throw it past them, come up right next to them, let it fall. The right presentation makes a difference to catching this fish.
Nice job, dude. Nice job. Set the hook good. Good job, dude. Nice. Whew. That was cool. Talk about having to lay it in soft and easy. Subtle presentation, weightless. Slide that tube in there, so nice and easy.
A lot of times they're getting up in really shallow water, and the redfish is one of the classic fish that they tail. You know, their tails come out of the water because the water's very, very shallow. They tip down like this, and part of the body comes out of the water, their tail. And we've seen some amazing tailing shots where you get up there and either there's hundreds or there's just one. And that one, you know, you've got to creep up on him. He's moving slowly. He's found an area where there's some food, and he's just basically sitting there.
Yep.
And a lot of times that tail is just kind of coming out of the water.
Yep.
And one of the things that I really like to do, my favorite way of fishing, is fly fishing. And the redfish is absolutely perfect for the fly, especially when they're tailing like that, because you can see what the attitude of the fish is by just the tail coming out of the water. Like, he could be a little more anxious, and then he could be finding stuff, and a lot of times when they're finding stuff, their tails are moving around and they're actually eating, and they kick a little bit to go down. That's one way you can see that they ate your fly.
Good job, Tom. That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Well, I'll
Right
tell
at
you
the
what a
boat.
difference it makes when you can see
Right
the fish
at the
in the water.
boat.
When you can see that fish in the water, man, that's a big difference.
But I love fly fishing for the redfish, and we've done it all over the place. Mostly, right out of here, out of Hawks Cay, we can go right across to the Everglades, and we have some phenomenal fishing up there.
Slick
Very
conditions, their dream come true for poling.
Good job, man. That was a cool bite. Watching him come up and eat that. That was worth
So cool.
the whole price of admission there. Watch that bite.
Look at those red fins. It's just amazing how this fish out of water doesn't seem like he's camouflaged, but you put him right there next to that grass, and he is absolutely
Let him go.
exactly.
I bet he disappears in that grass in a second.
He's
Nice.
stud.
Yes, sir.
Yeah!
That's what I'm talking about. Good job, man.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you in part by Hawks Cay, the only key you'll need. By Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. By Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate. Motor Guide, accuracy matters. And by Fraybill, Buff, St. Croix Rods, and Quantum.
I love fly fishing for the redfish, and we've done it, right out of here, out of Hawks Cay, we can go right across to the Everglades, and we have some phenomenal fishing up there. But you can also find redfish everywhere from, when we did the redfish tournaments, we used to do the IFA and the ESPN tournaments, we fished all the way from the furthest area of Texas that we could possibly get to, Corpus Christi area, all the way around the entire Texas coast, that Sabine area, all of Louisiana. And Louisiana is just, that is the redfish capital of the world.
We've had some trips down there to Louisiana where as good as we have it here, we have some great red fishing here. It just pales in comparison. To go down there, go out with Anthony Randazzo, and he's put us on, not just numbers of fish, but they're big and mean.
They can be.
Woo! That is a big redfish.
Whoa! Look at all those spots on him, too.
Yeah, bring him in here. Let me have that fella.
That's a
Nice
beast.
job,
That's what
Tom.
I'm
Look at all
talking
those
about
spots
right
on him. Wow.
Spots on them that
That's
really
awesome.
make them light up in a picture.
Anthony, nice job,
Anthony. The interesting thing about fishing up there is, like, for the tournaments, we would be going for a specific size redfish. Like, you could only keep them and bring them back to the scale, 18 to 27 inches. So that's the target. That's the one that they want. And then there's these giant schools of what they call the bull reds. Sometimes those guys don't even want to mess with them because they're so big. But for us, it's like, wait, hold on. There's a 20-pound fish over there? Let's go try that,
Maybe 36. He's
Nice.
a stud.
He is a big, gnarly little thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Good
That
job,
is
man.
awesome, man.
Idle him up
Look
on
at
a big
him.
motor, huh?
That's right. All we had to do is spook them up. They showed us where to throw.
That is a good
Fat
fish.
daddy. Now that's one of the examples of what's different about Louisiana.
Yeah.
Huh?
No
What, big
stealth
ones?
involved in this one.
That's a nice fish, man.
I
That's
enjoy
really
going
cool.
up there and not fishing the tournaments and just having fun. And what's interesting in Louisiana is it's not just one area. Every single day, Anthony's like, all right, let's go over this way, this day, this day. They're all over, and lots of different ways to fish for them. Topwater, bites. He shows how to use those popping corks there.
Well, when we first went up there our first time, we're thinking, okay, sight fishing. Everything's sight fishing. We're going back into the ponds, we're looking, and sometimes we were getting our clock cleaned by the local guys who were fishing in entirely different ways. And I've always thought, coming from down here and everything, You know, the popping cork is like not a, you know, that's beginner kind of thing. And then Anthony showed us, he's like, don't overlook the popping cork, because let me show you something.
The cool thing about these popping corks is they make a lot of commotion. They attract fish to your lure that otherwise wouldn't see or feel your lure moving through the water. So the popping corks really help to call the fish to it. Once you get the fish to it, they either see or smell your jig, they eat it, cork goes down, you know they've got it.
We went up there with him and it was foggy. Remember that day we went up there with him and it was
Yeah.
so foggy. You know, we're like, Anthony, what are we gonna do? We can't see in the water. You know, I mean, that's our thought process is we can't see in the water. He's like, nah, don't worry. We're gonna use popping corks.
We'll let
and
the
we're
fish
like,
find us.
Popping corks, huh? I don't know. There he is. Got him? Yeah, that's a big fish right there.
There's a couple of big ones running around right here.
That is a good one. Right in between the pops.
Man, that's
Pop,
a real
pop,
fish.
boom.
Basically, he took the best of, you know, over the years we hear guys say, hey, I throw topwater plugs. You throw a topwater plug because it makes lots of noise. But the problem with the topwater plug is the fish comes up and tries to bite it and he misses it a ton. He had the popping cork there making the noise and the fish comes in, and then about that far under it, he had just a jig head with a soft plastic. There he is, got him.
It was your turn.
Nice job.
That was cool. I was way up on that point. Another good fish.
See if I can get a double. I got extra confidence in this cork now.
And so you've got the best of both worlds. The fish is hearing that cork, he's coming like a topwater lure, but instead of coming up and missing it, he'd hit that soft plastic and we had a great hooker percentage. Another nice fish, look at that thing. Woo!
They're all studs.
You're gonna have me investing in these corks before I head back. Good fish. Yeah, man.
There we
All
go.
right.
Another nice one. That guy is serious too.
That's awesome, man.
A lot of
Redfish. Wow. I don't have them like that back home, brother. That's nice. Out of all the different red fishing we've done, you know, this one day sticks out. You know, when we ran back, it was in the fall. It was a time when the redfish school up.
Man,
that's the time when the big schools come together, and we found something that was just unbelievable.
What do you think, Tom?
Unbelievable.
Is that not one of the coolest things you've ever seen?
Definitely, right up there. Once in a lifetime for me.
You're telling me, hey, let's go back here. I've got some pretty good red fishing. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, well, we've seen pretty good red fishing before. We've seen some pretty amazing things, but that day, that to me is the best we've ever seen, because, I mean, I remember putting the binoculars up there and going, wait a minute, whoa, hold on. Because, you know, I'm looking for like one, maybe a tail over here, a tail over here. And there are literally tails. I mean, I can't even say how many.
Wow, that's a lot of fish. They're all gonna come right at us. That whole school's moving directly at us.
And I remember there was this one moment where they started coming by the boat, and it sounded like a whitewater river of the fish moving through that calm water and making that disturbance. And I had never heard that before.
A
It was
river
just
of redfish.
amazing.
Listen to that sound.
And those were nice redfish. Those weren't just your small, you know, slot. These were most of them over slot, you know, and they just kept pushing shallower and shallower. Not only that, but they were so hungry.
Yeah.
They were eating everything that swam by. A needlefish or something come by, and they'd start chasing it on top of the water. They were popping, exploding.
I mean, we could catch them on fly. We could catch them on spin. We could catch them on surface lures. We could mess with them as much as we want.
I'm in. I'm on. This is incredible. You on? Yep. Wow. Lifetime experience right there. Our lines are close together. Our lines are close together. Watch out. Lifetime experience. Lifetime experience right there.
Look at how many redfish are
I know.
there.
God, that's an unbelievable experience.
To me, that is just like the classic Florida Keys, you know, memory that I'll always have of that particular day, and just looking up there and being just like, wow.
Good, good.
Got it. That was awesome. Yeah, baby. Get a double. That was awesome. That was awesome. You're in.
One of the coolest things with redfish is when you find them and they're really aggressive, to throw topwater plugs at them.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that was a good cast. Oh, he's on. Got him. Yeah, you're in. Look at my lure on top. That's amazing. That is so awesome.
One of my favorite situations where we found just a big giant school. They're down deep and we're able to get them to come up and just one after another. Sometimes they even miss it. Kind of like Jack Crevelle's. I'll use a hookless plug on Jack Crevelle's a lot of times. We could throw in there with a hookless plug and bring the whole school to us, and then the other one could throw in there and catch them.
Oh! Oh, I got him. Oh, that was incredible. Did you see that? He just clobbered it right on the surface. They were following it forever, man.
But to see a redfish come up and try to eat a surface
Stick his head
plug,
out of the water.
I mean, they actually do. They stick their head out of the water because they've got their nose kind of comes down and their jaw's a little bit under, so they actually have to kind of come up over it. You know, he's got to struggle a little bit. It's a little more hard work for him and makes for a better bite. I mean, when those things come up to the surface and they're chasing those plugs, man, I don't know if it gets more exciting than that.
Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh, that's awesome. You getting that over there? Oh! Man, he's on it, Tom. Look at him chasing that thing. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Whew. Giant fish. Wow, that was incredible.
That guy's, he wasn't getting away. Okay.
Nice.
You're good to go, and here they come.
Nice.
It's as fast,
Man, was that a cool
fast
bite
as
or
you
what?
can go, man. Oh, wow, there they are right there.
So very few products really change the way we fish, but the new XI5 trolling motor with the GPS in it has truly done that. We're able to fish spots that we could never fish any other way. When we were fishing around these bunkers there, both the Goliath grouper and the permit, we're in spots that are just hard to get to. They're right between the structure. There's metal and jagged stuff everywhere. It's just almost impossible to anchor there. With a traditional anchor, you just can't get set up properly, or you get on top of the fish, you can't move. With a regular trolling motor, you're drifting and falling into the structure. I've tried it for years, and that spot has just been too dangerous to fish. But with the XI5 trolling motor, to be able to just hit that anchor lock right there and get perfectly positioned right in between the structure with jagged stuff here, just anywhere we want, quietly and silently, it's allowed permit to be right next to the boat. They don't even know we're there. It's allowed the Goliath groupers to be able to get into that perfect position where we can drop that bait down to them. A total game changer. Allows us to get into spots and silently anchor where we couldn't anchor before, to silent maneuver where we couldn't maneuver before. The Motor Guide XI5 trolling motor is truly a product that has changed my fishing.
Yeah, nice job. There he is. Nice job, dude.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you in part by Yeti, built for the wild. Mercury Marine, go boldly. Hook, performance fishing. Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Costa, Power Pole, Ameritrail, B&W Trailer Hitches, and Live Water Sports.
Hey, you want to see more saltwater experience? Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and don't forget to check us out on Waypoint TV. You can watch full-length episodes anytime.
Some other places where we've found a lot of cool redfish situations down here in the Florida Keys are up underneath the mangroves.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you know.
You found some incredible spots. There you go. Nice. Nice job, dude. What do you got?
It's gonna be a redfish, I believe.
No way. Redfish?
Yeah. Nice big one, too. Look at that.
Nice, man.
There was a time when we didn't find many redfish in the Lower Keys, and so when we did find them, it was like a little treasure. But up underneath those mangroves, I mean, I remember going there with you and being like, yeah, we're gonna catch redfish here. Got all the redfish tackle out.
And that blew my mind, because when I go to Key West, I'm thinking permit, I'm thinking bonefish, tarpon.
Right.
Never have I thought about redfish in Key West until you're like, hey, come on down here. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you know, I believe in
It'll
them.
never be as good as the Everglades.
Right. And I saw stuff that was better.
Got him. Good job.
Unbelievable, man. How many fish do you think are in there?
Hundreds.
Another red? Man, this is like, I would think we were in,
There I go.
Everglades.
I missed the bite there. I had a little slack in my line right when it hit the water.
This is unbelievable.
But that just tells you so much about what the redfish does and why it's really could be considered the ultimate saltwater game fish, is because first, it's availability, and then second, you can catch them on basically anything from flies to surface lures to jigs, bait, artificial, and then they occupy so many different types of structure. Everything from under the mangroves to being out in the middle of nowhere on a flat in this much water.
He got it. Good
There he is.
job.
Yeah, baby. How about that?
Good job.
That was cool.
To being in deep water or on a jetty, you know, where we don't see anything. The redfish is just available in almost every situation. It's just such a cool fish.
Oh, did you get him? Yeah. Nice cast, man.
Ooh, he's
at
coming
you
fast.
Woo, that was nice.